Yeah.
So you had mentioned in your remarks that you thought the anti-money laundering requirements were outdated. And
Yes, ma'am.
I completely agree on that. It doesn't fit our markets now, it doesn't fit blockchain, et cetera. What are the plans in Congress to change the Bank Secrecy Act, and is there support from both sides of the aisle?
There is significant support to do so from both sides of the aisle, right? What I am really pushing on is instead of taking the current threshold from $10,000 and making it $30,000, which is what one of the bills proposed to do. Like, hey, let's take a step back and say the entire way that we do this is outdated, right? And this is an area, unlike some others, that is truly ripe for innovation. That's the perfect crucible for us to utilize AI, for us to utilize machine learning, right? And to empower FinCEN to do more of what they do. It's a perfect win-win, right? The opportunity for FinCEN to get better leads, for it to come at lower cost to you, and to burden consumers even less, right? That's what I tell people. I had a very large financial institution come into my office, last week, right? And said, gosh, we spend $400 million a year on our KYC AML program. We have no idea if $400 million a year is stopping one money launderer a year or whether it's stopping 1 million money launderers a year. We don't know whether we've helped you catch terrorists or whether we've helped you, lock up a laundromat down the street, right? We have no idea what anything. We could help FinCEN, right? This is what we could help FinCEN get to a better answer on this. And I recently wrote a letter to FinCEN about 8 months ago and said, look, this is the area we need to be focused on. They came in for a great hearing. We sat down with them, with the head of FinCEN, head of technology, and just said, what do you need from us in order for you to be thinking about how we overhaul this whole system? And then I asked something of them, right? I said, not only will I provide you with what you need to begin to think about that, but also tell me and other members, how we can look at this more broadly, how we can empower you to do more of what you do better. Because they're drowning, right? They're drowning because the haystack is enormous. Right? And we're catching unsophisticated money launderers by and large. The sophisticated ones we're not catching enough of. And we could do a better job of that if we leverage technology. So I think there will be strong bipartisan support. What I am really, really pushing is let's not just take what we did in the 1970s and put a bigger number on it, right? The inflation adjusted number is like, what, $63,000 is roughly what $10,000 in 1976 was. And so don't just raise the threshold. Think about this in a whole new way. Like, let's push the paradigm to do this in a better way. So one of the things we've really started is ensuring that there are pilot programs, right? As you're probably familiar, that banks can come and say, hey, here's a pilot program. We think this will work alongside our existing AML BSA program. And then they're allowing for a contemporaneous test of those two. And then they will allow, within a safe harbor, to move to the entirely new system if it proves just as efficacious as the current system in place. And I think that's a big first step, right? Your federal government does not absorb technology extremely fast. I've seen the vacuum tubes behind the Capitol, okay? Right? They don't get it. But we can ensure that through these pilots that it is absolutely demonstrated to them this will generate better outcomes for you and save banks money and improve customers' experience as well. Go ahead.